All right, I think we have quorum here, so let's kick things off. Welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us today. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to our session, our first session of this series, The Art of Attracting Affiliates, Episode 1, How Efficient Payment Processes Can Unlock New Partnerships. So before we jump into the session and tell you a little bit more about who we are, we'll talk a little housekeeping. So please write in your questions in the questions section of the Zoom platform. We'll take time at the end for answering, but feel free to write in those questions at any given time throughout the session. We are recording this session and it will be sent out. So if you have to drop off early, no sweat, we'll send you the recording in about 24 hours. And we have a few polls. We really encourage you to participate. It gives our presenters a better sense of what part of your affiliate journey that you're in, so we can tailor some examples that we're going to be sharing throughout the session to what you put into the polls. All right, so a little bit about myself. My name is Melissa Weir. I'm the Director of Demand Generation here at Reversion by Fantastic, and I have the awesome job to create programs like this to help you grow your affiliate program. And I get to work with my amazing colleagues who I'll let introduce themselves. Bonnie, why don't you kick us off?
Hi, everyone. I'm Bonnie Psevich. I'm the Director of Product Marketing here at Reversion.
Eugenia, I think you're on mute.
Hi, I'm Eugenia, and I am the Director of Publisher Accounts here at Reversion by Fantastic.
Awesome. And the great thing about this combo of presenters is that we have the perspective from the merchant side, and we also have the perspective from the affiliate side. So it'll give us a really rounded view of payments and how that impacts the recruitment process. So a little bit about Reversion in case you're new to Reversion by Fantastic. So we recognize that affiliate marketing can be incredibly complex. There's so many different components that you have to think about to start and manage and grow your program. So Reversion has built a platform to simplify all of those components and streamline your affiliate program. So we help you from campaigns and management to creating advanced offers and different commission structures for each partner type. Obviously helping you with on-time payments, which we'll talk about later in today's session, and affiliate recruitment, all the way to integrations with the rest of your tech stack and helping you track your performance accurately through all different types of affiliates, publishers, creators, influencers, ambassadors, you name it. So we integrate with all major e-commerce platforms, as you can see here, and more. And here are just a few examples of some of the amazing brands that work with Reversion to scale their affiliate marketing program. So we'll have an opportunity for you to learn more about Reversion at the end of the session. But I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the series that we're kickstarting today. So as you know, I think one of the most common misconceptions of affiliate marketing is that it's a set it and forget it program, which could not be farther from the truth, right? So one of the really key components of your success of your program is having the right affiliates. And I think we think a lot of people maybe enter into attracting affiliates or recruiting affiliates just thinking about how do you reach out to them, or what do you say to them? What do you offer them? But there's so many structural components on how you build your program that impact your ability to recruit, especially those high volume, high value partners. So we are breaking this series into 3 episodes. Of course, today's episode is focusing on efficient payment processes and how that impacts your ability to attract affiliates. Next, we'll be talking about how to develop appealing commission structures to entice those affiliates to work with you. And then we'll round off the series with winning recruitment strategies, which is really the last step. How do you actually approach and get in contact with these affiliates? So excited you're here with us as we kick things off. So topics we'll cover today, we're kind of set the stage with what are affiliate payments. Then we'll talk about the different pain points that merchants and affiliates can experience with affiliate payments. And then of course, how that impacts the payment, how the payment process impacts your affiliate recruitment, and then round things out with best practices so that you can improve your payment processes and work better with your affiliate partners. And then we'll end things with a live Q&A. So Bonnie, why don't you set the stage for us and tell us a little bit more about payments?
Yes, thanks, Melissa. Happy to. So I wanted to start with the high-level definition of what we mean when we're referring to payments. Affiliates can be compensated in a variety of ways, for example, free products or discounts, etc. But today we're referring to what an affiliate is paid for making a sale. So the commission payment they earn after making a conversion. And it seems like it'd be pretty straightforward, like they make a conversion, you pay them, and it feels very transactional, but the way that you do payments can be a tool you can use to build and develop relationships, and it can help or hurt you.
So we'll kick things off with our first engagement opportunity where we have a poll. Tell us a little bit more about your current challenges with your payment process or system. As I mentioned, this will just give us a better idea as to what you're bringing to today's session so we can address some of those pain points. All right, let's close out the poll. So it looks like by far and away, the biggest challenge is that it's incredibly manual and time consuming. We hear that a lot. And then of course, dealing with those fees that the various different payment methods enforce for you to leverage them. So thanks so much for telling us more about what you're bringing to the table. And we'll talk about how to manage some of those here coming up. So sorry, Bonnie. So let's kind of pick things off into talking about the different pain points we mentioned, from from the affiliate side and the merchant side. So I'll hand things over to you officially, Bonnie.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. So I was just excited, I guess, that the poll results, a lot of the big pain or the major pain was manual process, because that's actually what we identified as one of the first pains we were going to talk about and challenges around paying affiliates. So usually if you're starting off, you might be doing payments mostly manually. And obviously this process doesn't scale. It has major growing pains. And by seeing the poll results, many of you might be feeling some of the examples of where manual payments could be really painful. For example, calculating commissions, sending payments individually, remembering to making those payments on time, consistently every time. There's a lot of inefficiencies. It does take a lot of time, and it opens you up to human error. So that's just, briefly, just kind of what manual payment process, some of the challenges it could bring. Eugenia, can you tell us what pains affiliates might experience when things are done manually on the merchant side?
Of course. I mean, this leads to a lack of transparency. Affiliates can't see whether or not they've been fully paid out. They're not sure the dates in terms of when conversions were approved versus like balancing out their books internally. And this is actually really important for larger affiliates that you might be working with, because, they need to see that information on a consistent basis that allows them to be able to ensure that they're getting paid for all their conversions that they're driving.
Okay, so for our next one, we have inconsistency. So inconsistent payments, I was thinking with this pain, like you want to ask yourself, are your affiliates getting payments within an X number of days or every X number of weeks after they make a conversion? Are they getting paid at the same time every month? Just like you are a merchant or a brand is kind of in a role of like an employer where the affiliates are receiving these like paychecks. And, just like anyone receiving a paycheck, you want to know when it's coming, right? And as much as you can, from the merchant side, you want to be able to have that under your control.
Yeah, no, for sure. And to your point, Bonnie, like once it's manual and it's inconsistent on our side, from the affiliate perspective, we're seeing it as like lack of transparency, and we're viewing the merchants as unreliable in a lot of ways. And it causes a lot of decisions to be made in terms of whether or not resources should be put towards helping a merchant achieve additional sales. So it's definitely very important to be consistent within your payments.
It sounds like, Eugenia, you could even like get dropped as a brand, right, from an affiliate if that continues to be a problem.
Yes, 100%. I have a lot of affiliates that, that would reach out and say, hey, like, when are we getting these payments, or this is inconsistent. And so the senior leadership team has decided to pull back on the merchants. It's not just like their choice, but also based on a bigger decision. So it's definitely important to be consistent.
This is another big one, inaccurate payments. So this is like huge implications for both the merchant and the affiliate side, not paying out the right amount. So from the merchant side, you want to be really clear in what the payment terms are. So for example, are your payments for conversions made within a certain amount of time? It's like made for the last 30 days, for all approved payments. And what do you do if there's an error, like the consumer error in a payment or a return or a sale is canceled? Like, how are all those things accounted for, and when does that impact payment? And you need a payment process that follows all of these terms consistently and accurately. Yeah, so it's a lot of factors to make sure that you're tracking these payments, and that both sides, merchants and affiliates, once they get that payment, both sides understand like what makes an accurate payment.
Exactly, Bonnie. And inaccurate payments on our side, we're also seeing that as inaccurate reporting. We want to understand like how, affiliates have been performing from month to month. So like if an affiliate is not able to see that information, not able to have accurate reporting, it can also lead to you being dropped from the program, or, for them to stop promoting you guys as often as they were promoting before. It causes a lot of resources on their end to have to figure out, like, go back and track all the reporting or track all the payments that are missing, and then having to balance it out on their end as well. So definitely a lot more of a headache when you don't have inaccurate payments.
And like, I imagine too, if you're doing this manually, right? Like, how do you even go about offering that reporting? I imagine like putting that reporting together would be manual as well. So it kind of starts with payments and then like continues to spread your manual efforts, which can be really hard amidst all the other things that you're doing.
Yeah, it affects everything all at once.
So if you have that manual process and it's inconsistent with inaccuracies, you're going to end up spending a lot of time resolving these issues with your partners. And all of that time is distracting on both sides from making sales and moving your business forward, it's a huge impact.
Exactly. And the last thing you want to do, Bonnie, is have an affiliate reach out to you and let you know that they're going to delay in promoting your product or your services, especially when you have important offers going out, you have a sale going on, or any sort of special offer that you want promoted out to their audience so that you guys can start getting sales as well as a merchant. So you definitely don't want to have anyone delay your promotions because of payments. You want to be able to provide them with accurate and consistent payments that help resolve a lot of time on both parties' ends.
And finally, the last one, another pain around a payment system or process could be that it increases your setup and onboarding time. So if there's long hours onboarding affiliates, setting them up, verifying payments and their bank information, and you have to do that for every single one. The impact of that is similar to just the previous one of it just takes more time, and more time doing all this admin work just delays in making sales.
Exactly. So if an affiliate does not want to work with certain merchants start losing sales. Affiliates aren't no longer receiving commissions, and it's just a pain all around for both parties. So you definitely don't want to get to a point where an affiliate is now saying that they want to delay in promoting your products, and now you're losing sales.
And it sounds like a lot of these pains, a lot of the examples we shared are how it impacts, your existing partnerships and relationships. But I imagine, Eugenia, especially with some of the larger publishers and kind of VIP affiliates, these are things that they've experienced before and they think about before they even agree to sign up, for your program. Is that fair to say?
Yes, 100%. Some affiliates would want to have that conversation on the front end about payments before they even approve to start promoting a specific merchant.
I think that leads us well into our next slide, which is all about, what are the best practices to kind of avoid some of these pain points for you as a merchant, and then also for the affiliates, right? So how can you make your program more attractive upfront so that you don't have to deal with any of these things later? So Bonnie, I'll let you kind of kick this off.
Yeah, so it's pretty much the opposite of all the things that we just mentioned, right? Like rather than being manual, you want an automated process, which means automated commissions calculations, which helps remove human error. But among all of the affiliates or partners, like as your program grows, like it's just gonna bring value like tenfold, being able to save that time and having all of that calculated. And if it's automated, then you want to make sure also the tracking system is accurate so that those payments are accurate. That's really important. And then it's not just calculating commissions, but it's like how much of that process is automated. So some payment systems, they'll pull the funds from your bank account and then they'll automatically pay out the right amount to all of your affiliates, and do it on a consistent, timely basis. So your affiliates know exactly when they're going to get paid. And that again has a ripple effect of like less emails, less questions. When am I getting paid? Why is it this amount? All of that. And all of those things make you a reliable partner.
100%, Bonnie.
Yeah.
And of course, you want to like also offer flexible payment methods. Affiliates have multiple ways that they can be paid. Most preferable is through ACH, especially for the larger VIP publishers. So if you do offer those type of flexible payment methods, it does make it a lot easier to onboard newer relationships. You also want to provide bulk payments as well. Can't just approve a conversion one at a time and then they get it throughout different weeks or different times of the day. So they want to know what they're receiving, anticipate a specific amount one time on a monthly basis so that, you can show trust and ensure that the relationship is going smoothly.
And I imagine too, if like affiliates getting payments like every couple days or like every week, that can be painful on their end too. So it seems like that's just kind of good business practice to kind of send everything over in one invoice.
Right. I had an affiliate that was like, oh, like, we got $2 today, but we don't know where it's coming from. So it's definitely easier to have it more in a bulk setup.
Right. On both sides, I imagine. Cool. All right. So since we kind of understand, it sounds like everyone on the call also like has identified a certain pain that they're already feeling with their payment system. And we've talked through some other ones and best practices. Bonnie, I'll let you speak to what an option is for improving your payment process.
Yeah, so I did want to do a really quick plug for Reversion. We're really excited to have recently launched our new payment solution, Unified Payments, and it covers all of the best practices that we just mentioned. And it's free for customers on any plan to sign up. Next slide. So Unified Payments, it provides those automated payments, but still in a way where you maintain control. So you can approve which conversions, you can approve the conversions, and the ones you don't approve, they don't get paid for whatever reason. And then it's consistent. So we have a cadence, a regular cadence of when the funds are pulled from your account and then when they're distributed to affiliates. So it helps you be reliable. Plus, we have built-in tax documentation, so it helps relieve some of that burden, both on the merchant and the affiliate side. And all of this helps you cultivate trust and build a great reputation with affiliates. And we have ways in our dashboard to help identify which merchants are part of this program, so affiliates can easily identify what merchants can be really easy and reliable to work with in terms of payments. And one more point, like, because or if affiliates know you're on a reliable platform like Refersion, it actually takes the risk out for them to try and work with brands for the first time. So yeah, it just helps in the recruitment process in that way.
I think this ties in really well to a comment you made too, Bonnie, about tracking, right? So it's like you want to make sure everything is tracked correctly. So then that way, when you review your conversions for payment, you can trust that things have been tracked well, right? And then you can have trust that whatever you're approving or whatever you decide not to approve makes sense, and again will be reliable for you and also the affiliate. So having tracking, performance management, and then payments in one platform can be really beneficial because you can share that data in between those processes and have more reliability there too. All right, well, what does this look like on the affiliate side, Eugenia?
So on the affiliate side, we have hundreds of affiliates that are in the queue signing up for unified payments. The ones that are notable that are considered VIP are Wildfire, Demand.io. We have YieldKit and ReferMate, which is actually a great partner with us. They are like an influencer platform for merchants that are also looking to work with influencers. They're pretty big on unified payments, as you can see with their comment up on the screen. We have a lot of big publishers coming through in terms of getting their account set up as well, such as Skimlinks, Sovereign, and Flex Offers. They're working on setting up with their finance team. So as these are affiliates that are setting this up, they're also starting to require that they only want to work with merchants that are also set up on unified payments as well.
And I think that's that reliability and trust factor that Bonnie mentioned too, right? Where it's like, I know for sure that if we work with this partner, that we're going to get paid, which is really critical to relationship building.
Exactly. Most of these affiliates are actually like working with a lot of our merchants. So for them, they're receiving payments like one at a time or one-offs or anything like that. Not the most ideal situation for them. So they're super excited about this feature.
Awesome. And Eugenia, for folks on the call that maybe aren't familiar with some of these larger publishers, could you mention some of the publications that roll into these publishers as well?
Yes. So if you're working with, for example, Skimlinks, Skimlinks is a sub-affiliate partner that has access to working with some large and major editorial publications as well. For example, Dotdash Meredith has made Skimlinks like one of their exclusive partners. So if you're working with a partner like Skimlinks, you'll have like a lot of access to other larger publications that if you're a smaller merchant would be like usually overlooked in terms of working with them. Sovereign does something similar as well. And I mentioned before, ReferMate is a partner that works with influencers as well. So it's definitely important that if you're trying to really, get with the bigger players that you have unified payments set up.
Right, like this is a great foot in the door, where otherwise it might be much harder to kind of make your program stand out to some of these networks. Is that fair to say?
Yes, especially if you're just starting out and you're very budget conscious. These large publications charge a minimum of 10K at times. So very important to have this feature on so that at least you can get your foot in the door.
Awesome. While you're adding your questions in, another way that you can learn more about Refersion is by attending our next live demo, which is actually this Thursday, the 20th. So you can use the QR code there and also use the link there. But it's a great way to kind of get a tour of how Refersion works. And then we also have a live Q&A. So if you decide that you want to sign up for a free trial, which we have, free 14-day trial, you can also attend this live Q&A session and get some more hands-on advice on how to set up and make sure that you get the most out of your trial. Or if you are a current customer, you can also sign up and have a live Q&A session with one of our Refersion customer service experts. So 2 opportunities to connect that aren't one-to-one. All right, so we're rounding things out with a live Q&A. We already have one question. Do all affiliates enroll in unified payments? If some affiliates are not enrolled, would we still be manually paying some affiliates? Bonnie, I think that's a great question for you.
Yeah, so affiliates can, and all of them can enroll in unified payments. I think there aren't any eligibility criteria necessarily for affiliates. But I do want to note that unified payments right now makes payments in US dollars. So based on where you might have affiliates geographically or how they accept payments. But other than that, if they're not on unified payments, then you would continue to pay them whatever your current process is. So if it's manually, then you would have to continue to pay them manually. But we have had merchants encourage all of their affiliates to join unified payments so that it's easier on the both of them. It's mutually beneficial, right? And then we've also on the flip side had affiliates mandate that all their merchants and brands that they work with need to be on unified payments. So that's something that we're thinking of working on in the near future, is helping brands come up with that messaging or come up with comms or ideas of how do you get all of your affiliates, or getting the value points for them of joining unified payments so you can help persuade them to get on so it's easier for the both of you.
And it can
Yeah.
be part of your program standard, it sounds like.
Exactly. And to add on to that, Bonnie, I had a merchant recently add that to their terms and conditions before they accepted to work with a specific merchant. So
It's starting. Great. All right, another question about unified payments. Can a brand use both unified payments for US affiliates and PayPal for international?
Oh yeah, definitely. Unified payments is not the only method of payment through reversion. So it is a new payment solution to help make things easier, but it doesn't remove any previous payment processes that you had before. So there's definitely, you can continue with like whatever other methods that you had that exists, or with certain affiliates or partners that work for you. Yeah, so you have that choice and flexibility.
Right. And then question about payments in general. I think this one's great for Eugenia. Do VIP, some of the publishers that you mentioned, I think only want consolidated payments?
yes, 100% yes. Because these large affiliates, they're also a business, right? They operate as a business, and they have many different teams that they're working with, including finance teams. So finance teams are the ones that are, looking through every single conversion that you're manually approving, providing it to them, and having to essentially balance their books out with it. So if we make their lives easier, then they're then encouraged to work with us even more. I've had conversations with finance teams where they've been like, hey, like if we don't get this together, then they may have to pull back on the promotion. So it's definitely something that occurs pretty frequently.
All right, another question. Can you use unified payments with another tracking software? Bonnie, I think that's for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. Unified payments is like a feature of Reversion. It's proprietary. And so not today, you can't use it with another affiliate marketing tracking platform.
Okay, great follow-up question here. As if you're using Reversion, or if you sign up to use Reversion, how much does unified payments cost along with Reversion?
So it's free to sign up. There are some transaction fees, but the fees, I believe, are less than PayPal. So there is a benefit there. And I'd have to refer you to our knowledge base article that has more of the details of exactly what the fees are for different things, but they're pretty standard for the different like payment providers.
Right. And so every plan with Reversion has unified payments included, right? So no matter where you're getting started with Reversion or your program. All right, one more question. Is paying through unified payments cheaper than paying through PayPal payouts?
I want to say, I believe so. I believe that PayPal payouts is like a 2% transaction fee and Unified Payments is 1%.
And we'll follow up on this session with some of those materials so folks can learn more and take a look. Great questions. We're gonna keep going since we're getting so many good ones. All right, how do I know if I've already signed up for Unified Payments? Maybe how do I know if I signed up, and how do I sign up?
Okay, so for how do you sign up? If you log into your Reversion dashboard, there should be a banner that's promoting Unified Payments, and you can click through sign up and go through the process that way. How do you know if you have? I would say you can reach out to like support if you can't tell from inside your dashboard, but inside your dashboard, there is a tab for Unified Payments that you can go into and you can see, I think it's pretty clear whether you have your dashboard for Unified Payments in your wallet and it's signed up, or if it says sign up. And yeah.
All right. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and follow up with some more materials about Unified Payments. Thank you everyone so much for joining and for all of the engagement throughout the session. Hope you have some great takeaways on how to improve your payment process and how it impacts affiliate recruitment. And stay tuned for our next session, which will be all about how to create a great commission structure to attract and entice kind of VIP publishers and also niche affiliates that you're looking to bring onto your program. So thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Eugenia. Thank you to everyone at the Reversion team for putting on this session. And we hope you have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.